It doesn't look like food. It doesn't even look edible. But here in Guimaras, this is flavor. Shavings so light they disappear between your fingers, sprinkled over meat and over fish. As the family prepares a feast, everything starts to smell different. Even over warm rice, just a touch of this ancient salt does wonders. Adding a soft mineral saltiness, roasted aroma, and savory coconut flavor. This is Tultul, the centuries-old salt from Guimaras. Born from fire-charred ash and coconut milk, a seemingly simple salt that is an alchemy of earth and ocean. The name Tultul comes from the word to dip, a salt that has seasoned the island's tables for generations. A smoky profile with the faintest whisper of coconut on the tongue. It's found in an island called Guimaras, off the southern coast of the Philippines. Home to just over 180,000 people, Guimaras is famed for mangoes so sweet, they are celebrated as the best in the Philippines. And in coastal villages, artisans still craft another culinary treasure, a rare, hand-formed sea salt called Tultul. Its secret lies in an unexpected ingredient: ash. Barangay Hoskin. It is the only place in the world where Tultul salt is made by the hands of one family, the Ganilas. Fourth-generation maker Jomar, who's 50 this year, leads the charge here.
Ang paggawa ko ng tultul is maliit pa. Sumasama ako sa nanay ko at sa tatay ko sa pagsusunog ng mga driftwood.
Bali, ito pala yung anak ko nga sa ngayon po marunong na rin siya po na magluto. Bali, kapag matanda na ako, siya naman po magpalit.
Alam niyo naman, ng sityo namin, itong prone sa mga dagsa na tawag or mga debris na galing saan-saan. Doon na-discover ng mga nagagawa ng tultul na pwede pala nila mapakinabangan. Sa ngayon, sa latest, halos international na ang popularity ng tultul. Yun ang pinagpayabang ng aming barangay. Kaya yun ang pinaka-unique. Buong region, ito lang ang barangay namin, o dito lang sa barangay namin, talaga makikita or mismo una nakakreate o nakadiscover sa paggawa ng tultul.
Over 2 days, Jomar combs the shores of Guimaras, gathering driftwood scattered from every corner of the island. These pieces once floated in the sea before washing ashore. Now waterlogged, the wood carries hidden seasoning. And then they're off. On a makeshift raft of bamboo trunks, slipping out from shore into the open water toward the fire pit, the start of their salt-making ritual. It sits on an uninhabited stretch of the island. Here, smoke and flame can rise freely without troubling the homes and community nearby.
Dito tayo ngayon sa sinusunugan namin ng mga driftwood. Ito na po yung driftwood na sinunog natin kahapon na gawang ubo. Ipunin lang po natin, tapos magli-layer tayo ulit ng another driftwood.
To make a single batch of Tultul, Jomar must build an ash pile 7 layers high. 1 layer made each day, a full week of burning. What makes Tultul unlike any other salt is that its salinity is born not only from the sea, but from ash, the remains of driftwood steeped in salt water. Poking small holes into the mound allows more seawater inside.
Ito na po yung abo natin na pwede na nating magsunog ulit. Yung abo natin, yung dagat, medyo nakakuha na sa abo, yun, pwede na siyang kuha ulit. Wala sa akin yan. Kasi yung pagbubuhat namin ng kahit mabigat, kakayanin namin. Dahil ang alam namin, diyan lang kami kumukuha ng pagkain namin. Sa pagbubuhat ng kahoy, pagpasan. Yun nga sabi ko, lakas kang tibay ng katawan ang kailangan sa tultul. Kapag hindi ka naghanap ng mga kahoy na mga malalaki, kunti naman ang abo mo. Pero kung masipag ka, ang daming abo mo, ang daming kang income.
Dark clouds gather above, and the first drops of rain begin to fall. For Jomar and his wife, it is bad news. The fire must be lit before the ash becomes wet. It is a race against time, every movement quickened by the sky's warning.
Abo namin kapag nabasa ng ulan, mahirap yung gawin tultol kasi maitim na yung kulay ng tultol. Pero kung hindi sa mabasa ng ulan, sigurado kami yung tultol namin puting-puti ang tultol namin.
The southwest monsoon creeps closer, and their worry is more than just rain soaking the ash. As the currents shift, fewer pieces of driftwood will wash ashore, which means a dwindling resource.
Yung mayroon tayong bagyo o malakas na ulan, yun nga, tigil kami sa pagkuha ng mga driftwood kasi mayroon ng kasamang ulan. At saka kung may bagyo, hindi naman kami kakapunta sa sunugan kasi malalaki naman yung mga alon. Hindi naman kami makagawa ng tultol. Yung ginagawa ko, nag-aarkila na lang ako ng tricycle. Tapos, biyahe para lang may pambili ng bigas o ulam.
But not everything is within their control. In 2006, a tanker capsized just off their coast, releasing thousands of liters of oil into the sea. Overnight, their beaches turned black, their fisheries collapsed, and the waters of Guimaras were scarred for years to come. Fortunately, the rain clouds pass. To make a single batch of Tultul, Jomar must burn 200 to 300 kilograms of driftwood, reduced to nothing but ash. He leaves the pile to smolder for 2 days. Centuries ago, the Spanish found Guimaras' position as an island invaluable, a sheltered passage and safe anchorage leading into the port of Iloilo, with vessels carrying precious goods. Guimaras stood watch just offshore, its coastline both shield and gateway, a sentinel to the thriving port city. Today, the island tells a different story. Its hills and beaches welcoming travelers from around the world seeking calm and escape. Yet few who pass through realize that this unassuming place is the only home of a creation so rare, so singular, it exists in no other corner of the world. Jordan, the main port of Guimaras and the island's busiest gateway from Iloilo. Close to 35,000 people live here, its streets alive with the hum of island life. Herein lies the world's only home of Tultul salt. Jomar returns to the fire pit, a short 15-minute journey he's made countless times before. But after 2 days of relentless rain, he worries that every drop may have washed away the purity of the ashes he needs for Tultul. And, to his relief, the ashes have formed perfectly. What remains is a mound of white ash, rich with salinity. The ancient artisanal craft of salt making stretches back over 2 millennia. Its roots deep in the brine wells that even date back to China's Eastern Han dynasty. Across the seas and the centuries, by the 8th century, salt caravans were shimmering across the Sahara, bearing this precious mineral from salt fields to trading markets across the world. At that time, salt was not merely seasoning, it was wealth and trade. In solid blocks that likely made for easy transport. Tultul's distinctive form echoes this legacy, a nod to the standardized cakes that once served as currency. Today, the Ganilas continue this ancient rhythm, keeping alive a craft shaped by history, trade, and time.
Urmahan ng tultul namin, lata ng cooking oil.
Jomar prepares the mold only a day before cooking, careful to keep the metal fresh and free from rust. Even scraps others would throw away find new purpose here.
Ako po si May Ganila, isa ako sa anak ng tagagawa ng tultol. Sa ngayon, okay na kasi sa media ng tulong ng Facebook, medyo kilala na. Kasi sa noon, si nanay naglalako sa ibang lugar. Kasama ako puntang, siguro yung edad ko 12 to 13. Ito yung aming menu na palengke. Sa ngayon, maghanap tayo ng pwedeng lutuin na para gamitan natin ng tultol. Ang una nating menu ay adobong manok. Ito lang nga, 2 kilo lang, 2 kilo. At saka magpila tayo ng isda na pwede nating iyaw. Ito na, kabili na tayo ng bangus. Yung bali, lagyan natin ng tultol, ito linisin natin at saka buburan na ng tultol at saka iyaw natin. Municipality namin ng Hordan, yung kanilang trabaho ay, yung iba ay yung trabaho dito sa fiber. Yung ang iba ay kasama ng bahay. Ang gaya namin doon sa aming barangay, yung trabaho nila, yung pangingisda. At saka yung sa side naman ng pamilya ko, yung paggagawa ng tultol. Kasi harap kami ng dagat eh. Every second week of April, may kami yung panaad doon sa Blambukid. Yung mga tao, pag pumupunta doon sa Blambukid, hinahanap talaga yung tultol. May tradisyon na yun eh.
Now begins the making of the brine, the step that unlocks the salt hidden within the ash. Jomar pours seawater over the ash, and slowly the liquid filters down through the bamboo basket. At the base, it seeps out drop by drop into a concentrated brine the locals call tuma. The sea meets the land with his secret touch, the flesh of an old coconut.
Lalagyan natin ng tumaang gata natin.
The brine and coconut flesh are poured gently into the base of the molds, beginning the slow metamorphosis to Tultul salt. Starting the fire is never a solitary task. It is a family ritual. And all the while, his parents watch from nearby, guardians of a craft they have spent a lifetime preserving.
Ang tultol, ginpanuble lang namon siya amon mga ginikanan. Kasi ang gamay pa kami, kubra na lang amon. Akong tatay ag nanay, amo man lang iya, tatay ag nanay, kubra man. Dungan kami niluto mo. Pagkasal sa amon, 1970, pagka 1972, nagluto kami, duwa na lang kami ha. Di ako kami nagaluto, siya gabligya. Himo ko siyang pagtudlo sa hindi makabalos ko kubra sa tultol, yung tudloan ko siya sa gusto. Amo na nga maskin wala ko kubra, lipay ko makita ko kubra nga tultol.
With the fire now roaring hot, more brine is poured carefully into the waiting molds. They are ready for boiling, the final stage where seawater and ash are coaxed into becoming salt crystals. For the next 8 hours, Jomar works without pause, the heat from the fire pressing against his skin. The labor is relentless, every detail demanding his focus. He tops up the molds with brine again and again, carefully replacing what is lost through evaporation, until slowly the liquid thickens and hardens. It is grueling work, and so the family endures it together, taking turns by the fire. Finally, the salt is made. Jomar begins to tap the slabs, compacting the crystals within the molds. With practiced hands, he smooths the surface, shaping the salt into the solid form of Tultul.
Ito natin malalaman, sir, kung luto na talaga ang tultol, sir. Pag dinano natin, sir, wala ng isa nito, ganyan, meron. Pero ito, sir, wala na eh. Wala na, kahit ganyan, sir, wala. Ibig sabihin, kasing tigas na sa ng simento.
Each slab of Tultul weighs close to 1 kilogram. To shape these 10 slabs, it's taken the family 10 full days, from the first fire of driftwood to the final hardened salt. Each slab is worth 1,600 pesos, and in a month of steady labor, the family can produce 25.
Gamit namin yung pang-tigib, yung pang-sudsud lang para matanggal yung itim-itim ng tultol sa ilalim. Dahil hindi man pwede na sander, masisira agad dahil sa asin.
The trimmed slabs are wrapped in cling film, shielding them from dust while tempering the salt slowly, so they will not shrink or crack as they cool. Tultul has long been cut into smaller blocks, easy to share and store. When meat was scarce, this was the taste that carried families through. plain rice lifted by a single block of salt. But Tultul also had another use, far from the family table. Farmers gave it to cattle as a salt lick, coaxing them to drink more water in the tropical heat. From these humble traditional uses, Tultul is now stepping into a new era of flavor. Just 20 kilometers from Jomar, another farmer carries on the craft in her own way, shaping Tultul with a twist that is uniquely her own. Dina runs Paquito, an organic farm on Guimaras, where tradition meets invention.
Normally, when you harvest cacao, within 3 days, you need to crack it and start fermenting already. So as you can see, beautiful, isn't it? It's not that big. Why not Tultul and chocolate? And we did it. So we add Tultul in our chocolate because Tultul is made here in Guimaras itself. And we would like to explore the taste of the chocolate with Tultul. We tried it in the market and I think it was a click. Saltiness of the Tultul with the creaminess of the coconut milk. Combine it with the chocolate at the end.
The result is a bar where smoky salt and rich cacao fuse, a taste at once rustic and refined.
It's an honor to promote Guimaras just with the Tultul product and with my chocolate. I hope later on it will reach places too.
Tultul, born out of a fire pit, is humble yet extraordinary. It is the story of elements: driftwood, fire, sea, and ash, reborn through human hands.